What's going on, guys? So today on Wrenched Out Reviews, we're gonna have a controller showdown. So we are going to talk about the Xbox One Elite controller and how it stacks up against the standard controllers or even the special edition controllers here on Wrenched Out Reviews. Alright guys, so today we're doing the battle of the controllers. So I've wanted to do this review for a while now and I just haven't gotten around to it. So today we're going to talk about the Xbox One Elite controller. So I'm sure you guys saw this if you watch any of the Xbox stuff or Microsoft stuff. They had a huge campaign when they launched this, so I'm not going to go into a lot of the technical details. There's the box, really nice and well made. It's not your standard just little flimsy plasticky cardboard box. It does come just like this. It's got your cord thing, your fancy instructions, and then of course your molded cardboard that the controller sits in. So let's dive into the controller itself and then we'll talk about how it stacks up against some of the normal ones. One of the coolest features that comes with this, I think, is this nice hard case. In fact, I would love to get a couple more of these cases when I want to transport some of the other controllers. So what's in the case? So let's take a look here. So as you can see, it's this fabric on the outside and it's hard in between, and it comes with this mesh top where your nice tethered controller adapter or controller cord sits, which does have quite a bit of length to it. And then of course you have the controller. The controller itself is fully customizable, as you guys know, and then the rest of it, that's where your thumbsticks, and if you use those inner pads or you want to change your D-pad. So this is the setup that I run. It's got kind of the roller D-pad on it. It's got the mids, and these are nicer thumbsticks. The controller construction itself is probably the most noticeable difference between your conventional controller and this. So this is essentially just a normal controller with a different paint scheme to it. The same with this guy right here. Here's the day one edition from the Xbox One. Very well built. These controllers, I mean, are tried and true. These are fantastic controllers. The difference is the materials on this. It's got kind of this almost rubber matte finish on the top, which feels great on the hands. And then it's got this kind of stippled rubber on the bottoms there. And then of course you've got this like almost metal-esque finish up on the top. So I mean, overall the controller feels fantastic. So if you're playing a game, the comfort is there. Just as it is with this, it's just like an upgrade. So you're going from the plastic $60 controller to the $100 to $150 controller. Noticeable material difference between the two. Obviously the features, I'm not gonna go too deep into it. There is where your little inner finger buttons sit, and you can set these up to mate with whichever buttons you want them to run off of. So you get the faster under finger movement instead of crossing your hands across. You'll just slide and use whichever fingers and whichever buttons you want to set it to. And then of course there are these little green knobs. Those are all customizable as well. The controller itself is fully customizable, so I'm not going to go into that. I mean, that's your own preference. If you like to switch the Y button where the A button or X and B and right trigger, left trigger, that's up to you guys. Fully customizable. You do have to download the app though for your Xbox and for Windows if you're going to use this on those. I generally use this on the computer because it comes with this nice case. It's easy to move around. And it's got the cord. You just have to, again, download the app and you're good to go there. So overall, comparing the Elite controller versus the standard controller or even one of these special edition controllers, this is the Call of Duty special edition. And again, there's your regular controller. So how does it stack up against these guys, right? So honestly, if you're a casual gamer and you don't care about getting an edge, just stick with one of these. It looks cooler, cost half the price, or a third of the price depending on what the brand is of the controller. I wouldn't spend the money. Now, if you want the edge, you want something that's a little nicer, built a little bit better, then go to the Xbox Elite controller. Now, I will say the biggest difference between this guy and either one of these, and there's millions of versions of this, you can get them in flat colors or whatever. The biggest difference I noticed with these two controllers, outside of being able to fully customize this versus this, is the weight on this is quite a bit more than this controller. So if you're accustomed to these light controllers and you're moving your hands around, or you're just sitting there for any extended period of time, you do notice that this controller does have weight on it. Now you may think, well, you're not gonna notice that. You do notice it when you're accustomed to playing one of these versus this. That to me is probably the biggest pitfall with this controller, that it's just at a point to where I'm almost uncomfortable with playing with it because it's so heavy. The other thing is I don't use these triggers for all the games that we play. So I will take these off, and again, they just pop right off just like that. They're held in by a magnet and it just kind of snaps in. So you just push them, either which one, you can push them and they come right out and go right back in. So not a big deal there either. Fully customizable though, really cool controller. Very excited. I was stoked to see that Microsoft finally stepped up and said, hey, we're gonna get into this market and we're gonna build something that's worthwhile. I think that if you are looking for something customized, this should be a top contender for you. So if you're playing on the Xbox or playing on your Windows PC, check this guy out if you wanna up the level of controller. These will do just fine as well. Just don't forget, with either controller, if you're gonna run it wirelessly, you do have to get the wireless adapter for your PC if that's the route you're gonna go. So I am gonna put links to all of these, just the generic controllers and the Elite controller below. So if you are interested or wanna learn more about them, make sure and hit those links below. To kind of close it out and summarize it, the Xbox Elite controller is for someone that wants to kind of take that next step. If you're on the fence about it, don't spend the money. Keep using your regular controllers. If you're a casual gamer and it's not an important thing to you, don't waste the money on it. I don't think it's worth it. Like I said, I bring this gets thrown into my bag. I travel around with it, and I'll play a game every once in a while I'm on the road, and this is the easiest way to do that. So that is the Xbox One Elite controller. So hey, thanks for checking out Wrenched Out Reviews. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming here in the next few months, so make sure and stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed yet, hey, please just hit that subscribe button, share the video, like the video, do whatever you want to do. But thanks for checking it out, and we'll see you on the next review.